Hello, you're welcome to this week's edition of The Magnate. Remember, by now you know that The Magnate is bringing in veterans, major players in the various professions to share their wealth of knowledge for the young ones to learn from. On the program, we call it Lending a Voice to Business Growth. You call it mentoring on television. Who is our magnate for this week? The only way you find out is to watch this package, a documentary of our veteran, our magnate. We'll be back shortly to have an interactive discussion with him.
Mr. Samuel Afemikhe was born in 1950 in Okpela, Edo State. He is a qualified chartered accountant and a master's degree holder in finance and investment from the University of Exeter, USA. A member of the Institution of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria, ICANN, and Association of Chartered and Corporate Accountants, ACCA, UK. He practiced accountancy with lots of accounting firms in the United States and Nigeria before establishing his own practice, SS Afemikhe and Company Chartered Accountant, 1985. His introduction of the value for money reviews in the Nigerian oil and gas industry was solely pioneered by him as a managing partner of the firm. Recently, he has been working with Turner and Townsend to set up performance measurements and benchmarking system, first in the Nigerian oil and gas industry. He has published and authored 3 books from his wealth of knowledge and wisdom from his profession. He is a well-known philanthropist and community leader. He is a founding trustee and member of ESACO Club 81, and presently the newly elected national president of the People of Ukomuyo community, Okpela Clan, ESACO East Local Government Area of Edo State, a highly commendable position of leadership in the whole of Okpela community.
What's the economic engine for
economic engine is make sure that your business makes money.
Okay.
It must have an idea that you can sell to somebody and it will bring in money. So these 3 ingredients have to be there. When these 3 ingredients are there, you start your business. You work hard at 3 of them. Now, the key thing is to, like I told just now, the 10-hour rule, 10,000 hour rule. Hard work, hard work, hard work. If you look at these musicians, there's no person that has succeeded that has not worked many hours. So you have to be ready to work hard. Now, when you work hard, all you get is success. But most importantly, in challenging times like this, you have to bear in mind what we call the Stockdale paradox. The Stockdale paradox arises from a soldier that was shot down in Vietnam who survived. And he survived not because he was depressed or he was anxious, optimistic that he will live. There were 2 things that helped guide him to survival. That is the duality of accepting the realities of today, but keeping your focus on where you are going to. Now, when you accept the realities of what
on
ground, and knowing that, well, it's going to be difficult, but that's where I want to go. Set your eyes there. Then obviously you will get there. So you find that the advice for our youth is that they should have those 3 ingredients. Be the best, have competency in what they are doing, let them work hard, let them have economic engine, and be passionate. But then working hard alone is not enough. You must be able to face reality. I mean, a lot of young people, they say, oh, these are difficult. I'm going to Canada. I'm going to abandon this. No, people build Canada. Be patient. It will not remain like this forever. Have your goal. Set your eye on your goal. Accept it's difficult. Manage today and you will get there. And that is the most important aspect of life. Yeah.
Thank you very much, sir. Now, what's your take about this public procurement policy and then proper implementation of it?
Yes.
Something you have also delved into?
I worked with the World Bank. I worked with Dr. Ekwesili in terms of getting the National Assembly to enact the Public Procurement Act. And I wrote a book on it, which is the only book on public procurement in Nigeria today that all ministries are using. Public procurement is good. If you find that the challenge Nigeria has always had is the budget, they don't implement. They even award contracts, pay money upfront, and the people take the money and they go. I mean, or they pay something that should be 5 million, they pay 50 million for it. And you find that all those challenges have made it very important that the World Bank say, look, let us have a proper way of doing things. So what it is there's a method for pre-qualification, there's a method for assessing both technical and commercial value of contracts, and at the end of the day, the contract is awarded. Nigeria has saved a lot of money from the implementation of the Public Procurement Act. But you still find that naturally there are corner cuttings here and there and so on and so forth. But you know, the step of 1,000 miles take one step. So slowly, things are improving. But the key thing is that you find that the Federal Executive Council awards contracts. There's supposed to be a board for that public procurement. That's the board that should be doing what the Federal Executive Council is doing. And we believe, for example, if they were to implement the Public Procurement Act right through to the end, we will see things improve considerably. But slowly, we are getting there.
Thank you for such a contribution and value added. And then we also know that you are more or less a serial author, apart from the book that you have talked about. Any insight into what we stand to benefit from your literary works that you have churned out?
I read a lot. I have a whole big room, a library full of books. Not only do I read, I like writing. It's simple reason that come back to our native land. If a native doctor is so good at treating a particular disease or challenge, and it dies with the knowledge in his brain, it is lost. So the most important thing is to ensure that you document it for the benefit of posterity. And that's what I have been doing. We are still working on more books. I wrote The Pursuit of Value for Money. We started it in Nigeria. Everybody now talks about value for money. But we wrote a book, which is now being revised to current information, so that people will know what it's all about. Economy, efficiency, and effectiveness. Then from there, the day we launched it, Dr. Obiose Kwesili was sent by President Obasanjo to attend, and she said to me, "Oh, come and see what fantastic things we are doing. We are doing exactly all these things." And that is how the Public Procurement Implementation book came out, because we collaborated with her. We saw what they were doing, and we wrote a book to show Nigerians that, yes, something good can also happen in Nigeria.
It's doable.
Yes, so we wrote that book, and from there, like I said, we worked with them on the public procurement. So when the law came out, I wrote a book on public procurement policies and practices, which is being used by various ministries today. Then, as a Nigerian, I see that there are so many challenges with Nigeria. So I wrote a book using international data to compare Nigeria to 800 countries around the world, in the title of Hope Rekindled. And we highlighted where Nigeria was lagging and what Nigeria could do or should do to catch up with its peers. And that is the book that came out. I don't want to bore you with my views on that in terms of the restructuring that is imperative in my own view. So that book has been written. I'm writing a book on the Nigerian oil and gas industry, because I'm an adopted child of the oil and gas industry. I'm not an engineer. I'm an accountant, but I've worked my 35 years as a consultant to the oil and gas value for money reviews, and so I know a lot. And when we launched one of my books, Mr. Oniwa was the GMD, then said, "Write a book on the oil and gas industry." It would have been completed now, but we were waiting for the petroleum industry bill to be passed so that the book does not become stale. So as soon as Nigeria gets its act together, that bill has been working on it for almost 12, 15, 16 years. Once it is passed, that oil and gas book will come out.
Before we go on to the next question, we still have our veteran here, a practitioner, a fellow of the accounting profession, Chief SSO Afemikhe. He is the managing partner of SS Afemikhe Consulting. Let's bring you a young player in the industry. How has he or she been able to cope with a very, very, let's say, harsh business climate in Nigeria? We'll be here to continue the very, very interesting conversation with her.
Welcome to the Magnate, and this is a segment of the Magnate where we bring entrepreneurs, young entrepreneurs who are changing the narrative of business in Nigeria. And today we have a very, very special personality. I'm sure you know why. I know why. She's someone who's very popular in Nigeria. But I won't be introducing to you to her. I want her to tell you who she is herself.
We are going 80% Igbo, 20% Yoruba, and then tomorrow we do 80% Yoruba, 70% Yoruba, 30% Delta. So I'm teaching them how to make ofe akwu right now. And as you can see, they are preparing the ingredients that we need. They are pounding away, and that's our palm kernel. The banga is right there. We are cooking it. We'll soon be using the bigger one for that as well. So that's
Can I say all you do is local dish, or you also cook international?
we do continental and all that, but like I told them, we can't keep promoting other people's culture, or I can't teach them basic things that everybody knows. Jollof rice, fried rice, coconut rice, you know. There are other meals that you can make for the family that will even do a lot for their immune system and will help them health-wise, and even for children to build their bones and all that. So a lot of people don't like to explore those options, probably sometimes because of time, sometimes because of finance. So what I did today is I told them how to make it the proper way, and then if you know you don't have enough money to buy some ingredients, what you can substitute them with. But you can see everything here is local. It's very nice, and it's very nice. Basically, I believe in entrepreneurship, and Yoruba people say onoko onwoja. Fine, I'm a comedian, I'm an actress. That's me. That's the talent God has, bestowed on me, and I'm making the best of it. But I also know that when you're passionate about something, go for it. I do, apart from this, apart from cooking, I do event planning. I also do renovation and building because I have a degree in engineering. So I believe that everybody should empower themselves, male and female, because in the home, in the offices, everywhere, if we can support ourselves, life will be easier. I'm a Rotarian. I'm the president of Rotary Club of Iwaya. I encourage people to make sure that they have something doing, something credible. We can't say because the country is not the way we want or we are not the way we want, then we go. So do as much as you can. So, and for me, I've seen that I am a stand-up comedian, I'm a comic actor, I'm an actor, I do event planning, I do catering, and I renovate houses, I build houses. So it's not a lot.
Interesting. Yeah. There are several paths to you, really. I mean, with your literary acumen, how do people get this knowledge? I mean, you just write these books. How do we know about these books so that we, can at least tap from your wealth of knowledge?
The books they are being sold by various bookshops, although we don't advertise them. Because for me, it's just a hobby to put ideas down. Like I said, the native doctor should not die with the knowledge. But people are buying the books, various bookshops have them. We market them. Yeah.
That's heartwarming. Yes. Now, you talked about oil and gas. You know that for the past 2 or 3 years or more years, we've been having issues about just Nigeria being a mono economy. And what's your counsel for everybody that we should not just rely on oil and gas that is more or less having challenges now and diversify into other?
Well, Nigeria is a blessed country. We have a lot of human and natural resources. If you take, for example, agriculture alone, can earn 3, 4, 5 times what oil and gas can give to us. That is why you find that one is pained by all this discussion about herdsmen and so on and so forth, because we could actually commercialize, animal husbandry and, serve Nigeria very well, the population, export to other countries, and countries like New Zealand, Australia, that's what they live on. And so there's a lot of potential in different areas. I always say that there's nothing you touch in Nigeria that will not make you money. So to young people out there, go out. There are various businesses, areas you can tap.
Well,
even people in Opela, for example, I mean, they are mining, all sorts of minerals.
That's actually my next question.
Yes, and they are making money.
Now, okay, you have a way of taking these questions off me, really. let's look at, it's not just about you making money. You've been giving back to the society. You are a foremost community leader. You are, trustee of Esako Club 81. That is, one of the major clubs in the Afemikhe land. And then, of course, you are a leader of the Okmila that you mentioned.
Yes.
Can you, what is the drive? Well, how do you just feel you have gotten enough, so you should give back to society? What's the drive?
The thing is that I was born in Okmila.
Okay.
I lived there till I was like 15, 16. Although I was in the UK, I visited the UK regularly, I work in Lagos. But at the end of the day, where am I going to rest? It's Okmila. When it finishes, I will be taken home. So if that is home for eternity, apart from the heaven that we all pray and work for, then I should do everything possible to make it a better place. And what way is it that than to try to lead people, to show them the right way to do things, support whatever projects they are doing, and ensure that, the place is a better place. I mean, my children go home regularly with me. On one of the visits 3 years ago, they said, look, Daddy, we don't have a hospital. I said, we must build a hospital here. So we are building a 65-bed hospital, which is almost completed. And we have not taken a kobo from anybody, from government, from because
corporate social responsibility.
We believe that we must do that for the Okmila people. So home is home, and I go home regularly now with my kids, and it's a good feeling. You come to Okmila, beautiful place, cool weather. You don't need AC. Nice fruits, and mangoes and everything. You will enjoy.
Yeah, interesting. Okay, finally, you speak so glowingly about where you are from. Tell us, I mean, you said earlier that you have a lot of mineral resources. What are those natural resources, inclusive of minerals, solid minerals, that can be found in Esako? Yes. Or maybe you want to consider in Okmila now?
No, I mean, Esako as a whole is blessed. I think before we talk about mineral resources, let me talk about the people.
Okay.
Esako people are very hardworking, very honest people, patriotic and dedicated. You find that the Esako man rises by dint of hard work. This is what we have been discussing since. So to that extent, the Esako man is an epitomization of the Nigeria that we want to build. Then you come to the issue of mineral resources. God has blessed Esako very well. If you take Okmila, for example, we have abundant limestone. The Boa cement is there, producing millions of tons of cement every year. Dangote cement is springing up. The fertilizer plants are there. So we have a lot of resources. Not to talk of the land. Okmila people used to be very good farmers, even though that is changing, and we're trying to encourage them to go back to the land, because that is where the future lies. So we are rich in resources. The only challenge is the management of those resources. Unfortunately, the resource cost is creeping in, and people are trying to now exploit the resources for their own selfish benefit to the detriment of the generality of the population and that is why we are fighting. We are fighting for truth. We are fighting for honesty. We are fighting for transparency. We are fighting for the common man to benefit, not just myself. God has been kind, so let me go and see that other people can also benefit from the good life.
All right. So even though you say fighting, I'm sure you're just struggling. That's what you mean. But now, let's talk of restoration of peace, finally. How do you think as a community leader? I know that, recently, not too long ago, we lost the Highness, and there's now clamor for another one, credible one. How do you think peace can be restored to the entire Afemikhe land? As against all these herdsmen, kidnapping, and all that way? Because really, it's a business program. Anywhere there's peace, the restoration of tranquility, that business will thrive. So as a community leader, what's your counsel?
It's a very simple matter. Like I said earlier, truth and honesty and transparency, equity is what is required. But you find that there are leaders who only care about their pockets and the pockets of their friends. Until we retrace our steps to a point where our brothers keepers, and we care about those downtrodden, the market woman who goes to the market, he has peace to go to the market and come back. His child has a school to go to and is supported. There's a hospital where people go and get treated when they are sick. Then leaders can never have peace. That is what we should aim for. Government has a role as much as the community to ensure that there is peace and quiet in the society. Because if there's no peace, there can be no progress. Now, one thing is to try as much as possible to be united. And that's why we are praying that God should give us an Okukulagbe who is God-fearing, like the one who just passed on to his ancestors, who is God-fearing, who is honest, who will say the truth, who will care about others. And that is what we are working to make sure we have. Because once we have that sort of leader, then the entire work becomes easy. But our appeal to government is that government should support the various communities in Edo State to ensure that they get leaders at the local level that they deserve. People of truth, people that are honest, and will do things transparently, not greedily.
Thank you very much. We've been chatting, interacting, having a stimulating discussion with Chief Samuel Sunday Afemikhe, the managing consultant, managing partner of SS Afemikhe Consulting. Thank you very much again for coming.
Thank you very much, Aja.
That has been our program today, The Magnates. I hope we have succeeded in lending a voice to the growth of your business, and we have also taken tips on the mentoring aspects. Stay tuned next week for a fresh edition of the program. Until then, I remain Amina Mohammed. Bye for now.